What's up, DFS players? We cashed the WNBA play yesterday, and what we're going to be going through is the best props on PrizePicks in the MLB. So as a recap, the way that PrizePicks works is any two picks you select is just going to be a two-leg parlay with plus 200 odds, right? You're betting 20 to win 40 in profit or 20 to win 60 total, including your stake back. So it doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, you're always going to be getting 20 to win 60. So we've gone through this math before, but essentially because PrizePicks is giving you plus 200 odds on any two-leg parlay, on any two-pick entry, essentially the implied price, the implied juice that they're charging is minus 137 on the over and the under. So we've gone through the math in tons of other videos. There will be a full PrizePicks betting strategy video in the end screen. But what you can kind of see is because PrizePicks is charging the implied juice of minus 137 on any two-pick entry, you need to be winning your props 57.74% of the time to break even. So again, if any of this is confusing to you or new to you, there will be a video in the end screen about PrizePicks strategy. But regardless, let's get into the sharpest bets for today. So as a note, this strategy also works for Underdog Fantasy. So we can see right here on Underdog, Shohei Ohtani on the positive EV page. So all the positive EV betting tool will show you is it's constantly scanning Underdog, PrizePicks, and the sportsbooks to find line discrepancies, profitable sharp bets. So for example, for Shohei Ohtani, under 1.5 bases, we can see you can get the under at an implied price of minus 137 on Underdog Fantasy. And every single sportsbook is pricing this at minus 167 or higher. So this is a clear line discrepancy, right? Every single sportsbook has the under extremely juiced, and the way that sportsbooks imply win probabilities is through their odds. So clearly every sportsbook, the more efficient betting markets, think the under is a lot more likely to hit. So this is a fantastic betting opportunity to be on Underdog Fantasy, right? You can see Pinnacle Sportsbook, so the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they're pricing the under at minus 188. So we're getting a ton of value. So if we actually throw their market plus 137 minus 188 into a zero vig odds calculator, you can see the true price for the under would be minus 155 once you remove the juice, and your win probability is roughly 61%, which is higher than the break-even win probability to make money on a two-pick entry, right? Because the same strategy for PrizePicks works with Underdog Fantasy. But anyways, that's on Underdog. So if we go to PrizePicks, we can see the first pick I like is in the Nats-Padres game. So I'm on Corey Abbott over 2.5 strikeouts. No other sportsbook is giving you better than minus 150, right? So this is why sports betting is so powerful in just looking at all the data in the market, is because every bookmaker has different odds. It's essentially like a data point when you're trying to figure out what is the fair price or the true price for a bet. And the fact that no other sportsbook, every single sportsbook has this over heavily juiced, being able to get this in our PrizePicks entry at minus 137 looks incredible, right? We obviously wouldn't want to include the under. Why would we include Corey Abbott under 2.5 strikeouts at the implied price of minus 137 when all of the sportsbooks are giving us plus money? So we can see Pinnacle, they're pricing the over 2.5 strikeouts for Corey Abbott at minus 174 and the under at plus 129. So if you remove the juice from this market, this bet is 59% to win, 59.25, which is higher than the break-even win rate for PrizePicks. So this is a very sharp bet, right? Just from the OddsJam Positive EV page, which again is just data-driven bets. Right? It's constantly scanning the market to try to find you these line discrepancies, such as the soccer one, right? Like there's tons of different opportunities, but you can kind of see just looking around, and you can turn on these like recommended filters, which will just show you the biggest line discrepancies, such as here, we can see it's Astros minus 2.5. You're getting it plus 115 on Caesars, and no other sportsbook is even giving you better than plus 101. So that's clearly a very sharp, profitable bet to be on where you're getting a ton of value. So anyways, first pick we're on is, let me turn off these filters. So the first pick we're on is Corey Abbott over 2.5 strikeouts. right? Tons of value in the odds at the implied price of minus 137. Now going to our next pick, I'm on Austin Voth over 4 strikeouts. So why do we like this, right? Well, first of all, every single sportsbook has this line set at 5.5, right? And we can get this over 4 in our PrizePicks entry. So that seems pretty incredible. Like you can see right here, FanDuel is pricing this at minus 330. Right here on the over 4.5, it's minus 130. So if you kind of take like a midpoint of these two things, the over 4 would be priced at minus 230, and we're getting it in our PrizePicks entry at minus 137. So this is a huge line discrepancy just looking at the data on OddsJam and where PrizePicks is currently setting their line and where the sportsbooks are setting their line. So we can see just kind of looking at the odds for over 3.5 and over 4.5 that this looks pretty great at minus 137. So I locked them both in. This is a 1-unit play for me. I have Austin Voth, Corey Abbott over 2.5 and over 4 respectively. Really good player props for tomorrow, and let's make some freaking money on Friday on PrizePicks.